So I just wanted to take a second to address something real quick. Game of Thrones season 8 has been getting a whole lot of backlash. I'm not going to get into any kind of spoilers or anything like that, but I just wanted to address it with everybody. I think it's really unfortunate that they continued this series past the books because people always want to compare things to the book, you know what I mean? And I think that does a lot to distract people from how great the show really is. I think if people were to focus more just on the story and how it's developing, they'd be able to appreciate it more. If this season 8 had happened like as a standalone thing, if this whole thing wasn't attached to a book already, I think people wouldn't have the gripes that they have right now. The only reason they have these gripes is because they're so in love with the books and how the stories were told. And you can kind of tell, where it left off. I think the last season that was a part of the book series was season 6, and ever since then they've kind of been doing some weird things here and there to try and move the story along without having years and years and years of planning and writing on their side. I mean, actually, that's been one of the biggest gripes, is that the writing isn't that good. I personally don't have a problem with the writing on these episodes in season 8. They have a lot to do in a short period of time. That's another problem. They have a whole lot to do in a very short period of time. It's only 6 episodes. It's the shortest season yet, which I think is a little bit strange for the series finale. But I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit for cramming so much story into such a short period. They've had some long episodes where they had more story to tell. I mean, I think it's really been great. A lot of people don't agree with the recent events that happened in the last episode, episode 5. I don't agree with all of them either, but at the same time, it was good storytelling. It did leave me with my jaw hanging on the floor, you know, just in dismay. And that's part of what a TV show should do. It should shock you, it should take you out of your element, it should surprise you, the things that happen. And I mean, we've been seeing this develop this entire time. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. We've been seeing this coming for a long time, and now this is the culmination of it from this character. I mean, I don't like how some of the characters went out. I don't like how some of the characters died. It seemed like some of them kind of got off easy. But overall, I do think it was a good episode. I think people are just so into these books that it's hard for them to pick back up with this new story that these new writers are creating. It kind of feels like to them they're ruining the story. I mean, but they're not. All of this stuff that they're doing is in conjunction with George R. R. Martin and his vision for the whole thing. Now, I don't know if he's going to go back later and like finish writing the books to like basically tie up the story along with Game of Thrones, the series, or if it'll be a completely different story. We'll have to see. Maybe he'll surprise us and the actual endings to the books will be a completely different story. But I'm really excited for this prequel series. I hope that they're still going to be involved with it. I think they've done a great job with these last 2 seasons, having to go without, any source material. I think writing a whole series by themselves is going to be a whole lot better for them because they're more in control of where it goes. I mean, of course, George R. R. Martin is going to be working alongside them, but they'll be working with a fresh story, a fresh, clean slate. They don't have to make sure all of these different ends tie up to please all of the fans of the books and so forth and so on. They can just do a whole completely new thing. I think that's going to be a lot better than having to trail off and complete the series, without the help of the books. I think that's where the whole shift happened and people started to really get upset with the series, is after the books ended and they were just doing their own thing. I mean, at one point in this season, I also agree that it kind of went off the rails a little bit, but they definitely redeemed themselves with this last episode. I mean, one thing that can't be argued with, visually, this season has been astonishing. Astonishing visuals and CGI and all of that stuff. I mean, these battles have been epic. They've been serving us all these great, great scenes, great shots with these dragons, the battle with the Night King and Arya. All of this stuff has been epic. These are epic moments in this season that we're kind of sleeping on, because we'd rather be enraged over it not being so much like the book, or we'd rather be enraged about it not turning out the way we thought it would turn out. I mean, what did you guys think was going to happen? They were just going to go to the logical conclusion and then that was just going to be it? No, there's going to be some twists. There's going to be some twists and turns in the plot. It's not going to be that easy. Who knows how this thing is going to turn out? I don't think anyone that we predict is going to end up sitting on the Iron Throne. I think it's going to be someone completely unpredictable in the end. It's not going to be Jon Snow, Daenerys, it's not going to be Cersei, it's not going to be anybody. Any of these people we expect. Actually, I'm going to make a prediction. I think it's going to be that guy that was supposed to assassinate Jaime and Tyrion, that guy that came through with the crossbow that Tyrion killed his father with. That guy. I think he's going to end up making a play for the throne his damn self. And he's going to end up sitting on, I guess, what used to be the Iron Throne. We'll just see. That's just my wild theory and prediction. But anyway, you guys knock it off. Let's just see what the last episode looks like. I'm sure it's going to be great. Let's not give them too much just yet. And just enjoy the show.